Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in general if you haven't been here before. My name is Johanna. We are going to be looking at October, which is crazy because I feel like I just did the September reading for you guys. But we're going to go and look at the all signs. So we're going to look at from Aries to Pisces and see what is coming up for you guys. I want to kind of do it, I'm still going to pull out the cards kind of the same way that I normally do, but I want to definitely touch on kind of you more personally and kind of your energy. So your mind, your body, your spirit kind of throughout the month of October. So we're going to be taking a look at things kind of that way and then anything else that pops up. But yeah, basically you guys can check out your sun, your moon, your rising sign. Timestamps will be down below for you guys. So whenever you're ready to kind of dive in, feel free to go with them or click on them. And other than that, I do have my Soulful Circle membership available. It's $11 a month, and those are additional readings and collective readings for that small group that we do there. So if you're interested in that, the link for that is down below. So with that being said, let's start with Aries. So let's see what we've got for you, Aries. We have Graveyard with Unnecessary Fear. I have all my kind of Halloween-y October decks. We also have Respect, and we have Blinded to Pain, number 13. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna move these up a little bit here. Aries, let's see. Some of you could be fearing like the end of something, or there's just like some stress around things. Some of you I'm getting like aren't seeing how much this is actually affecting you. So we have the Four of Swords with the Four of Bats. We have the Ten of Pumpkins, which is the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Bats, which is the Page of Swords. Okay. We do have the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck. So for you, Aries, what I'm seeing for October, your mind may be kind of like you might have some fear in some of your thoughts. I feel as though there is at times, like even for some of you, like maybe when you go to lay down and rest, like there might be some thoughts or some things that come up for you. Typically that would be the Nine of Swords, but I'm just seeing him sleeping here. So it's making me think of like nighttime, kind of, or even just anytime you're trying to rest, even if you're not sleeping, if you're just like resting and doing, you're watching TV or something like that. It's like you could be kind of like ruminating on things. So I feel like mentally there's a need for you to kind of take some time out here with the Four of Swords to rest, to kind of clear your energy, clear your mind, so that this fear isn't kind of like running the show. Because I feel like for some of you, it could also be like, it's very much like depleting you, or it's depleting your energy, or it's depleting just your motivation, that sort of thing, to kind of like move through life, move through the things that you're trying to do, whether it's work or career or your health and wellness or, your relationships. It's like, it's taking away from you is what I'm getting with this like graveyard energy. So definitely being mindful of your mental space this month and taking space when you need it in order to kind of like clear your mental energy. Now, physically, I'm feeling like there's a need to, I'm getting like with this energy of respect, it's like respecting the body in the sense of looking after yourself, thinking of things long-term with this Ten of Pentacles. Like the Ten of Pentacles is typically our legacy and what we leave behind and, the long-term vision of things. And so for some of you, it's like being aware of what you're doing right now with your body and how you're treating your body right now in order, like, how that's going to affect you 10, 20, 30 years down the line, right? Depending on how old you are. So it's being mindful of the things that you're consuming, being mindful of, just giving yourself good things, giving yourself the nutrients and the things that it needs, you know, to be able to thrive, essentially. Now, it's interesting with this Ten of Pentacles. What I'm seeing is this little guy, he's blindfolded here, and then she's blinded to pain over here. So some of you might not be understanding where your pain in your body is coming from. And I feel like that, again, this is just indicating that, you know, pain is just a signal for our body to show us that like something's not, you know, out of balance. It's not in alignment here. And so just some of you, I'm getting to, because he'd be blindly kind of swatting at this pumpkin here. So it's like you are kind of maybe guessing. So I feel like getting any sort of like support or any sort of support would be important if you're feeling like there's things going on with your body that you're not sure why or where or what's happening or how to fix things. Definitely seeking out, you know, some sort of a professional that could support you that way. And spiritually, I just feel like there's this energy of being curious. Again, I feel like some of you are doing like shadow work, or like the Page of Swords is kind of this curious energy, this investigative energy. And with this blinded to pain, it's like you're trying to figure out what's hurting you, what's not supporting you, why you feel a certain way, why things maybe aren't, you know, you maybe don't feel fulfilled in some area of your life, right? And so I feel like this Page of Swords is saying like, be curious, be open, maybe learn something new, or, you know, read a book or watch a video on something, or learn something when it comes to your, when it comes to like your more spiritual self. Like our spiritual self is like our purpose and our sense of belonging and feeling like, you know, we're connected to source, we're connected to something bigger than us, right? And so I feel like you might be exploring things, but I'm getting specifically kind of like shadow work, or trying to change or transmute a certain situation here that you're maybe not clear on it right now as to like why something is you know, hurting you or not working for you. The Lovers here at the bottom of the deck, I just feel like is saying like, this is about you getting in alignment. This is about you looking at, again, like what's for you, what's not for you, and how can we best serve ourselves. Some of you may have something relationship wise where you're looking at the long-term commitment of things and what you want long-term when it comes to your relationships, maybe having to make some sort of choice between people, or even just in general, like having to make a choice when it comes to a relationship here. But I feel like you're going to spend a lot of time thinking on this, or being kind of rational, I guess, with it. So I see this as being, you're going to figure it out. I feel like you're going to figure out this answer. And I feel like you're relatively calm about it as well. Money-wise, I feel like, again, there's still just this focus of like, what's going to bring me the type of lifestyle that I want? What's going to bring me the stability that I want? What's going to bring me the good, the good things in that regard? How can I create a plan, or how can I find ways that I can, you know, have space and time to rest while also, you know, making the money that I want to make, or doing the things that I want to do, or living life the way that I want to live it. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you. Aries. Again, you guys can check out your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. All right, let's move on here to Taurus. So we have this skeleton here with strength. We also have the Kraken here with mystery, number 3. And we have Naked Before the Stars, number 18. Let's see. Taurus for October. We have the Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So, Taurus. I'm kind of reading this as like mind, body, spirit. So, with the mind here, we've got the skeleton with the strength, and then the Ace of Cups. So, and the Ace of Cups card says, do you feel that in your heart? It's potential, dear. So I feel like your mind this month in October, I actually feel like you're going to have a lot of confidence, like strength, where you're going to be believing in yourself. And, you know, I feel like you could also too, with this potion energy, it's giving me like a lot of ideas. So maybe like mixing things up, you know, and like really doing new things, trying new things. I feel like you're almost like, some of you could be coming up with a plan. With the skeleton energy, it's giving me like the foundation. So it's like, you know, the skeleton is what like holds us up, right? So to me, the skeleton is like the foundation of the body in that regard. So it's like the structure. So you could be coming up with like a plan or a structure around something, or coming up again with like ideas of how to move through things or work through things. So yeah, I feel like mentally you're kind of in this, like, it's very active, but you're also very focused, and you're not overdoing it. I don't feel with this Ace of Cups, like you're also giving back to yourself. You feel very like energized by whatever you're going through mentally and whatever you're thinking about. Now with the physical body, we have the Ten of Wands, and then we have the Mystery. And we have, with the Ten of Wands, it says, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? So I'm getting, it's interesting, like Aries kind of had this a little bit, but it's like this, like not sure what to do with the Mystery energy. Like, I feel like things could be easier than they are for you. Some of you like maybe have a lot of responsibilities as well, and it's taking a toll on your body. Some of you, I'm getting, maybe are seeing too many people, or doing too many different types of modalities, or too many different like protocols, or, you know, too many supplements, or too many, you know what I mean? Like whatever the thing is, it's like there's a lot of it, and it's like you're not even really sure what's helping and what's not helping. So when I think of this, like when I am working with people, you know, a big thing is like, okay, how many practitioners are you seeing? And like, you know, spacing things out and not doing things all at once, because sometimes, you know, it's an overload for the body. So some of you are doing too much of something, and you're wondering why you feel, you know, tired or weighed down, or just you don't feel your best. You're wondering why, and it's because you're doing too much of something. And some of you are doing a lot of things and you're not sure what's working. Like you're unclear as to what is serving you. So just being mindful of like how much you're doing physically. Now for some of you, again, you could just be doing a lot, or you're really busy, or, you know, you're really active and you're like, why do I feel this way? It's like you're kind of disconnected from the body is kind of what I'm getting. Like there's this disconnect between you and how you're feeling. And again, especially if you've got a lot of ideas, you could be very busy where you're doing lots. Again, mentally, I feel like you're good. And so then it's like physically, you're like, well, why does this feel like too much? Why do I feel like things are difficult or challenging when it comes to like my physical body? So just be mindful of that. And try to tap into your body a little bit more as best as you can. Now, with your spiritual side of things, we have Naked Before the Stars, and we have the Four of Wands, which says, family is whoever you feel the most safe and comfortable being you. Is whoever makes you feel the most safe and comfortable being you. So I feel like you could be finding, if you don't already have a group of people that you feel safe and comfortable with, I feel like there's a vulnerability here with Naked Before the Stars and this Four of Wands. It's like there's this vulnerability, showing your true self to a group of people who you feel comfortable with. So it's like almost like a soul tribe or a soul group of people here for you. You could be sharing as well, like kind of your Four of Wands can be a card of you know, success as well as celebration. I feel like it's like you're finally finding a group of people that you feel like you can either count on or be a part of in a really positive way here. Some of you could be celebrating something with people, but it's like a small group that, again, you feel like you can connect with. So you're really finding, or you have found, or are spending time with people who genuinely support you, people who are genuinely have your back, people who make you feel good. And so, yeah, overall, I see this actually being a really good month for you here, Taurus. We do have the Four of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, and it says, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. I feel like it's like allowing yourself to explore, to splurge, to try new things. I see a lot of you working really hard. Some of you could also have a lot going on at like your home or your house, or even just, again, in your personal life here. Like but it's good energy with this Ace of Cups, this Four of Wands. There just might be a lot going on. So it could be a very busy month. So making sure that, again, you're just not overdoing things, and, you know, don't be afraid to like treat yourself and do things for you, especially if you're doing a lot of things for other people or you're just very busy. Like, don't be afraid, or don't be, you know, don't hold yourself back from, not that you would, I feel like you're holding yourself back, but don't let these other things take precedence over you and yourself. So making sure that you are still balanced in that sense, and still giving to yourself while you can, or when you can. So, but yeah, I feel like some of you, there's like maybe a relationship or a partner here. Some of you, it could be new. Others, I feel like if it's new, it's asking you to open yourself up to this person. For others of you might have just a lot going on. If you have a partner, like between you, there's a lot happening, or you're spending a lot of time with them. If there's something in your career, I feel like you could be celebrating it, or something in your finances, career, you would be celebrating this. I feel like you're saving a lot of money as well, or you're trying to save money here with this Four of Pentacles as well. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I would just be mindful of overdoing it here this month, Taurus. But that's what I got for you guys. Let's move on to Gemini. We have Skull of Darkness, which says blind spots. We also have number 21 with Hecate, and it says illumination. Interesting, they both have like fire on the top of their head. And then we have Downcast Pride with number 20. So 20 and 21. What is going on here for you, Gemini, in October? So we have the Death card, we have the Empress, Ten of Wands, and then we have the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. So, okay. Some of you, I feel like there's like a blind spot being revealed. It's interesting because even the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot would have like his head illuminated, and then we have these two cards where they're like, there's fire on their head. I feel like with this blind spots and the Death card, there's this energy of you definitely going through a change. This would be in mind, this is body, spirit, and then I'm going to kind of just touch on the energy overall. But mentally, I feel like you're seeing where something has been a block for you. Something has been a blind spot. You haven't been realizing maybe that something's been like weighing on you. It's almost like there's illumination in both areas of the mind and the body, realizing something. Having this like aha moment, like the blind spot, the light turns on, and then you realize that like, oh yeah, this is what's been blocking me, or this what's been holding me back. And with the Death card, I feel like in October, this is going to be a moment for you, or an opportunity for you to really change that and to shift that and to come about things in a different way or release the block altogether with the Death card, like putting that to rest. So I feel like there's a block here mentally that you're discovering. Or even if it's not like a block, it's just like maybe a way of thinking or realizing that like how you talk to yourself or the things that you say or your, you know, your confidence or what your beliefs even are or something like that, right? So there's something that you're changing when it comes to your mind this month, and it's a big transformation. I feel like this is going to have a big impact. And even with the Hanged Man, it's like there's this illumination, but there's this surrendering, releasing, and seeing things differently, right? There's this wisdom. That the owl is in both of these cards as well. So it's like there's this wisdom that you're gaining through the changes and just through the illumination, I feel. So I do feel like mentally there's something that's shifting for you this month when it comes to like just how you move through life. Now we do have the Empress here with illumination in the body. So I feel like a lot of you are, the Empress would indicate like self-care and nourishment and taking care of yourself and, you know, feeding yourself good food and being abundant and feeling abundant. And so I feel like you're having some aspect of illumination and realizing like you need to put yourself first, or you need to start looking after yourself a little bit more. There may also be, yeah, I feel like there's just this energy of you wanting to look after yourself more, wanting to nourish yourself more, realizing that, you know, you need to treat yourself as like the royalty that you are, kind of thing, right? Like really feeling like you are, yeah, I just feel like you're the prize. You gotta do the things that you know are right for you. Some of you are realizing that like self-care and all these things really support you and really help you. So there could be like realizing what you need to implement more consistently here. Again, it's kind of like an aha moment. I see you having like a lot of aha moments this month, Gemini. So I feel like, yeah, there's just going to be this focus on that for you. I'm just looking up the last card here with this downcast pride, and this would be in your spiritual sense. So this card means bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. Yeah. It's like using okay, I'm just going to read what it says. So it says, survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but constant constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it, as we strip day to day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with a world that would spread us apart. How can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility or through a hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best part of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replaced by what can only be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter, while we discard spring and summer as fairy tales. The sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. And so I feel like this is maybe highlighting your outlook on your life, or just your outlook in general with the Ten of Wands. Like you're in this space where you, I don't know, it's like your outlook on life. I feel like you're starting to see this though. Like you're starting to see this change. You're starting to see where like, oh, I've been my own worst enemy, or I've been the one that's holding me back. So some of you have kind of this like negative outlook on life, or this like just kind of more pessimistic outlook, right? And it's like, oh, well, things are always, and it's weighing you down. It's holding you back. It's a burden to you and your soul, is what I'm getting. And so there's a need for, again, this surrendering, this releasing, this opening up to what's possible as well, spiritually. I really kind of almost feel for you, Gemini, that this month in general is about you like cutting the fat, you like really getting rid of the things and the outlooks and whatever the mindsets, right? The things that you're doing, your responsibilities, like getting rid of the things that are not allowing you to be your best version of yourself, not allowing you to be the highest version of yourself, like realizing where, again, like you've been getting in your own way, and really changing that, because it's like there's, again, this like aha moment, like I see it now. What I once was blinded to, or what I once couldn't see that was in the darkness, I'm starting to see that now. And I feel like you're almost like starting to see like your own shadow. And that's what you're releasing. That's what you're letting go of this month. And I feel like it's influencing all parts of you. Some of you, this is like really influencing like your mood, or how you like show up, because yeah, it's just like you're not in this like bah humbug kind of state. Like you're having a more optimistic, positive view on things, at least yourself. And then it's like when you realize you have power, you have your strength, then you can start to shift your energy spiritually. So it's almost like this spiritually, it's like this energy of like not having trust that the universe will show up for you. It's like always feeling like you're going to be let down, or you have bad luck, or you know what I mean? But I see that shifting. This is really going to start weighing on you if you don't shift it with this Ten of Wands here. So you're realizing where you've been maybe holding yourself back here. Some of you may have like an idea, or you may be birthing something new here with the Empress. Like through this transformation, you have this like, you know, like kind of this like new perspective that allows you to kind of birth or create a new path for yourself. Some of you are going to maybe really open up your creativity as well. I just feel like this is like anywhere you've been feeling, whether it's love, money, career, whatever, it's like you're seeing where you've been the block, or where you've been blocking it from coming in. So I feel like that's going to start shifting for you now. This month. This month is going to really illuminate a lot of things for you, Gemini. So hopefully that resonates for you. Oops. Let's move on here to Cancer. So let's see. We have Skull of Light with Illumination. So it's funny because Gemini just had that, but in this deck. We have Beauty with Mermaid, number 14. And we have Hiding Your True Self. Interesting. What's going on for Cancer in October here? What is going on for Cancer in the month of October? So we have the Page of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands, interesting, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, yeah. Bottom of the deck we have the Hierophant. Okay, so some of you, now these are like mind, body, spirit, okay? So mentally with the Skull of Light and Illumination, and then we have the Page of Swords, It says curiosity is a type of magic. I feel like you are discovering something, or like mentally you could be finding you're really curious. You could be studying things, researching, or even just coming across like information somehow. You could be on like social media or, you know, whatever, but it's like, I feel like you're really curious this month. Some of you could be even just doing a lot of reading, whether it's like, it could just be a novel. It doesn't have to be like anything, you know, science-y or whatever, right? Like, I feel like your mind can be very active this month, but in a good way, like in a curious, and you're enjoying the things that you're learning and coming across. Now with the beauty and the mermaid in your body, we have the 10 of Wands. It says, why make things much more difficult than they need to be? I feel as though there is something that you are maybe not seeing about yourself. Like you're trying to think of, like you're really hung up on your beauty here, or your aesthetic or your looks. And I feel like you are really weighed down by this. Like it's not something that is necessarily like supporting you, you know what I mean? So there's something where it's like you're hung up on your looks, or hung up on, rather than like, yeah, it's like you're caught up in the physicality of yourself rather than your just your overall general actual health, right? Beauty doesn't indicate health, right? So I feel like there's something here. Some of you as well, I'm getting with the mermaid, it's making me think that like you want to be someone else. And it's interesting because we have this hiding of your true self. Like you may be trying to be something that you're not, and it's a lot of work, and you're rather than just letting yourself be, again, like who you are. I want to get one card actually for this 10 of Wands for you, Cancer. What is this beauty here? Yeah, 9 of Swords. Like you're kind of overwhelmed thinking about this a lot. Like I feel like you're doing too much. It's actually killing your confidence is what I feel like. It's like, and it's like you're worried about it. So I'm not sure, again, what you're kind of focused on, but it's like, again, you're focused on aesthetic rather than like your actual health is what I'm getting. Now, for some of you, this could also be like your routine. Like there's a lot of like your beauty routine, or just like your self-care routine, your skincare routine, like whatever. It's like you're doing a lot of things, and I feel like it's almost like more overwhelming than it is like supportive. Some of you, it's like you're up super early just to like, you know, I'm like, I don't even know how to like really talk about this because I'm pretty light with my routines of things, but I don't know, it's like you could be getting up like super early because you have all this like that you have to do. Or again, there's just this like feeling really focused on it for some reason. So I feel like this is about you being more focused, or needing to be more focused on like, what is your actual health like? What is your genuine, what is your, are you actually healthy, or are you focused on like the wrong things, right? So, and some of you, I'm also getting this could be where you are focused on, you know, I need this product, need that product, need whatever, but like maybe it's actually your nutrition that needs to change, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like what's actually, rather than trying to cover it up or, you know, do more or do different things, then yeah, I just feel like that is, yeah, it's like looking at the root cause of why you are the way you are. So that's only going to resonate, I feel like, this portion for like some of you, okay? So not probably very often, or very many of you. We also have the Ace of Cups here, and the hiding your true self when it comes to your spirit. So again, I feel like this is just you, like, what are you trying to mask? What are you trying to hide? you have a really good heart, a really big heart. You are lovely and beautiful just the way you are, Cancer. Something is like you hiding yourself and not showing who you are authentically. And it could just be a little tiny portion of you. It doesn't have to be all of you, but it's like, just allow yourself to be you. Some of you are trying to keep up with the Hierophant here. It's like you're trying to keep up with society and trends and, do things the way people have told you have to do things. But as the Hierophant card says here, it says tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. And so I feel like just because other people did it this way doesn't mean you have to do it this way, right? So it's like, follow your heart, follow what feels right for you, rather than being who other people want you to be or hiding yourself because you fear it won't be accepted. So there's definitely a strong energy when it comes to that. Otherwise, I feel as though some of you, if you're meeting new people when it comes to like love or relationships, you could be kind of stressed and overwhelmed a little bit with it. Some of you, again, are like worried about what people might think of you, or what, worried about what the person's going to say. Like, you're putting a lot of stress on yourself with regards to this situation. I feel like you just need to be open and allow yourself to like explore it. Others of you, when it comes to your work, your career, again, I feel like there's a need for you to express who you are and do the things that you want to do in your heart, and not just get caught up in what everybody else does because that's what you feel like you should do, because I feel like it's weighing on you. And it could be weighing on you from a stress perspective. That's the other thing too, is for some of you who are worried about the way that you're looking and the way your physical body is appearing, stress could be a big influence as to why you are feeling that way. So it could be like having you put more weight on or carry more weight, or it's changing up the way your skin looks, or you know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. Like, the stress is kind of getting to you. Maybe you've got like bags under your eyes or something like that. It's like there's some of that is due to stress and due to just stress on the body and the way the body's like functioning. But otherwise, I see you being very curious this month. Some of you are finding out more about yourself and who you really are at your core and what really matters to you. And that, I think, is going to start you off on changing. You might not really know how to change it this month, but you're learning more about it. So I see this as a month of you being very curious, and some of you might have a lot going on when it comes to your responsibilities this month, but I don't really see like, there's more ideas and inspiration rather than like a hardcore taking action in like a new direction. There's potential here, but it's you more of like in this discovery energy. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, like, obviously this physical side of things may only resonate with a few of you here, but that is what I got for you, Cancer. All right. We are going to move on to Leo. So we have dawn, the light after the darkness. We also have cycles with the Midgard serpent, number 34. And we have peaceful among thorns, number 26. Interesting. Let's see, Leo. What does Leo need to know for the month of October? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, we have the Five of Cups. Okay, interesting. Three of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. All right, Leo. I feel, oh sorry, this is the Seven of Pentacles, not the Eight. So the way we're reading this is kind of like mind, body, spirit, and then I'm going to kind of look at the energy overall. I feel like you're coming out the other side of something here, Leo, this month. Like maybe the energy hasn't been great. Maybe you've been feeling kind of hurt or going through things emotionally, especially with the Three of Swords, Five of Cups. You're getting clear on this now, though. Like there's kind of, I would say the only thing is make sure that you're not like suppressing your emotions. With this dawn, the light after the darkness, and the Seven of Pentacles for your mind, I feel like you've maybe been doing work, or you are going to be kind of focusing a lot on your mindset this month, or your mental health, where you're investing into it. You're trying to see what works and what doesn't work. So there is this light coming in, though, after this more challenging period when it comes to your health or your mental side of things. So I feel like you are going to be coming out the other side if you're going through anything like mentally, even if it's just stress or overwhelm or feeling kind of like cloudy or lacking clarity in things. Whatever you're putting into finding a solution or solving something, I feel like you are going to be like benefiting from that. I feel like there's going to be this shift in your mindset where things become very clear. There's going to be less of a heaviness when it comes to your mind and your how you're viewing things. Some of you, again, it's like you're trying to figure out like what techniques are working, what things are working, what's helping, what's not helping. I feel like you're going to be removing the things that don't help. Just with regards to, again, investing. The Seven of Pentacles can be this energy of like, is where I'm investing actually working, or do I need to pull myself back and out of it? So yeah, this is about discovering how to work through the mental stuff and, again, figuring out what's working. But I feel like something is working because we have light after the darkness. So it's like you've been going through this darker period of your mental state, and so the light is coming in, the freshness, the clarity is coming in here. Now with your body, we have cycles, and we have the Queen of Swords. I'm going to get a tarot card. With that, we have Six of Cups. Okay. Some of you, I think you could be kind of going through like ups and downs with your physical health, or changes even. You're very aware, though, with this Queen of Swords, you're very aware of the changes. You're very aware of maybe what needs to change. Some of you, it's like habits as well. I'm getting with this cycles energy, where it's like we've been in this cycle, and so you're getting clear on how to get out of the cycle. Some of you, it's like your emotions are driving these cycles. So whether it's like eating habits, or how much you exercise or don't exercise, or, you know what I mean, like how you just look after yourself day to day. It's like you might be realizing there's an emotional tie to why you do what you do. Or I feel like a lot of you are trying to break a cycle, especially with the Queen of Swords. She's kind of like a no bullshit queen, right? So it's like you're trying to break the coil, the weave of the cycle. You're trying to break yourself out of even like the past. Six of Cups. So some of you, this could even be a cycle that you've been in with your health since childhood. You know, whether it's like how you eat, or what you eat, or how you move your body, or, you know, how you take care of yourself. Like it could be something either it's like a childhood like wound, or something that you're being aware of from your childhood. Others of you, this is just like a comfort thing. So you're realizing like, oh, I do this for more comfort, or like a dopamine hit, or like, you know what I mean, when it comes to like our habits and how we do things. So you're kind of like getting clear on where you're perpetuating your cycles when it comes to your physical health. And so I see you like understanding on a deeper level you're understanding things on a deeper level when it comes to your health, your physical health. Again, I feel like there's like things that you're working through here, Three of Swords, like there's things that you're processing in all of these areas. This is like a deep healing month, it feels like, for you. We do, in your spiritual side of things, we have peaceful among thorns, and we have the 5 of Cups. So there's definitely something emotionally here. 5 of Cups is like sadness, disappointment, you know, regret even. But it's like you're starting to come to peace with these things. Even though it's still there, it's not gone. You know, we never really eliminate, obviously, the experiences that we've had or are having in our lives. It's just that they become less influential over us. And so I feel like there is a change of how you're perceiving your more negative experiences in life. I feel like, again, you're going to be coming out of like this sadness or this disappointment or this darkness, like this more heavier energy. I feel like you're going to be leaving that. It's like you're getting the Leo energy back. You're getting the sun energy is what I'm seeing. Like I'm seeing the sun card. So it's like you're starting to come to peace or come to like you're reconciling with the things of your past. You're reconciling with the things that you've gone through, or just the emotions and the things that are coming up. And sometimes we don't really know what the emotions are tied to. But we're just, you just start making peace with them a little bit more. So I feel like you are moving through your emotions. And even too, we go from the 5 to the 6. So there is this feel good energy that starts to come back in for you after a time of maybe going through a bit of challenges or disappointment or heartbreaks or, you know, whatever it is that you're going through, you've been going through emotionally. But I feel like there's a lot of investment in self when it comes to this, where you're having to just be honest with yourself. I'm not even really seeing anything with relationships. I feel like this is more of like you on a personal level. And then so all these energies could be influencing a relationship somehow, but this is more about you and your energy. So just being mindful of like what you're bringing into the relationship and how much, if you're feeling disrupted or unhappy in a relationship, you know, how much of that is just your own energy versus like what the person's doing or whatever. Almost like taking like ownership or responsibility for just like where you're at. You know, it's like if I'm grumpy today and I take it out on my boyfriend, it's not really his fault. It's like I'm just in a mood, right? And so that's my responsibility to look after my own emotional health, right? So just being, you know, obviously we're not perfect, right? But it's just being mindful of those things and reflecting on that. Career-wise, I see you potentially coming up with some new clear ideas, or you're going to have the energy, I'm getting, for some of you to actually like make some changes, do some things. Like your energy kind of like revives a little bit here after feeling kind of in the slumps. But I feel like you're going through, again, like cycles or changes. Like there's things that you're having to shift on a personal level to positively influence the rest of your life here. So it's mainly just kind of been about you in this reading is what I'm getting. I'm not getting a whole lot additionally. It's like you're just making peace with your shadow. You're making peace with your wounds. You're making peace with, and even just, you know, having lower days versus, you know, higher days, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you, Leo. Hopefully that resonates. Again, you guys can obviously check out your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on for you. So we have the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. We have focus, number 38. And we have black flower fragrance, number 16. So we'll read that one. Let's see what else is going on for you, Virgo, in October. Temperance. We have judgment. One more for Virgo here. And we have Justice. Interesting. You got 3 major arcana here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. Okay, so there's definitely, obviously there's like kind of this undergoing of a transformation here for you, Virgo. How I'm kind of reading this is like mind, body, spirit, and then I'll look at some collective messages here, or just like, you know, what I'm seeing. With the mind, we have the underworld where all things pause and begin again, and we have this Temperance energy. And Temperance is a card of like alchemy. So I'm almost feeling like some of you could be getting back to something that you maybe, like it's like you're thinking of something that maybe is from the past, or thinking of something that even maybe, even if it's like a project, it's like you're going back to something. Others of you, I feel as though this is you really working on things like behind the scenes. Some of you might have like mentally things going on that are, it's like you're not telling people, you're not showing people. You're kind of like keeping it to yourself. I'm getting with the like the underworld energy is kind of this like it's hidden. The pomegranate, I'm pretty sure, is reflective of abundance, but I could be wrong. I just feel like you're focused on creating and alchemizing and bringing things together. You might have like 2 different ideas or different things in your brain, kind of like that you're going back and forth on. Like thinking of like how you want to create your life, or how you want to work on this project, or how you want things to go and to be created here. But I feel like with the pause and then beginning again, it's like maybe you've put something on the back burner and now you're coming back to it this month. I also feel as well with this Temperance energy, some of you could be really working on healing your mind, maybe working through like any sort of like meditation, or like your beliefs, your thoughts, and really working on creating a better world for you in your mind. Some of you, again, it's like with this pause and begin again, there's this energy of, within this regard, like, again, kind of like pausing the thoughts that maybe aren't serving you and beginning again with new thoughts, right? So like course correcting or correcting in general, just your mindset and your outlook on things, right? When catching yourself with like negative thoughts and that sort of thing. Because the Temperance is also a card of healing. So I do see you as like working to heal your mindset here as well. Now with your body, we have Focus and we have Judgment. So I feel like for some of you, you're getting an opportunity here when it comes to your physical body to really work on something, or you're being called, for some of you with Judgment energy, to change something or to start something new with the physical body, but it's going to require your focus and it's going to require your dedication. So this could be like a new fitness routine, or changing your diet, or starting a new practice, whatever that is, like self-care, or you know what I mean, like anything that's going to require you to be like committed day in and day out. It's like you're being asked to go through that, to work through that, to process that, to stick to it as well. Like the Judgment's asking you, like, are you ready to fully step into and change things? Are you ready to step into a new world physically? So I feel like there's something that you're needing to focus on when it comes to your body that is going to take, again, dedication. And this might be where the mindset piece ties into this as well, right? Like you have to keep your mind on board and like stick to things and be structured and catch yourself, right? And then like that's going to influence the choices you're making for yourself, like physically, right? Like if we look at like, you know, our nutrition or our movement or self-care practices, like we have to catch ourselves like wanting to like not do the thing, or to like where we kind of start to fall off track, right? So we have to catch ourselves there. Yeah, so I just feel like there's something where, and even too, like this Judgment card, it says awaken, sleeper, and rise. So it's like you're being called to focus on something that maybe you haven't been focusing on in the past. And it's asking you to really step into that and own it. Now let's see what this black flower fragrance is. This is a interesting deck. It's number 16. So it talks about things being unfair, like the world being unfair. It's interesting. It's like about things being right as well. Interesting that the justice is here with this. So it's like so I'm going to give you some of the sentences here. It says, even if you are wrong, you still have the right to be angry. Even if you're not perfect, you still have the right to be respected. Even if you are stupid, you still have the right to be listened to. Even if you are lucky, you have the right to complain. Even if you're rich, you have the right to be sad. You cannot shine because you are beautiful. Then shine even if you cannot shine because you're beautiful, then shine even if you are ugly. So it's kind of about like things almost like not being perfect and embracing kind of the darker side of our feelings and our emotions. Some of you may be feeling like, again, like things are unfair. Justice card here. Or you've been feeling like that. I want to get a card on this actually. Clarify this justice card with the black flower fragrance for Virgo. The Four of Swords. Okay. And we have the Knight of Cups here at the bottom. So this is about like, I almost feel like doing it anyway, even when things aren't perfect. Again, there's a healing aspect here. This could be healing like perfectionism, or healing like something where you feel like it's unfair. Like this is your soul, right? So this is like about you embracing, I almost feel like even who you are, right? Not shying away just because you feel like you don't have the quality that you feel like you need. But I do also feel like this is not allowing things to get to you, maintaining a sense of peace and balance and harmony here. I do feel as though for some of you as well, like things that have been unfair in your life or things that you have felt like are unfair, there's you like healing your mindset around this or shifting your mindset around this, where you aren't letting it control you. You understand that for every action there's a reaction, right? Like there's cause and effect here. But I feel like you're establishing balance where things may have felt unfair, or you're at least, if anything, seeing it from a different perspective, like logically or mentally here. I really feel like in general, your Virgo this month, you're being called to kind of like step up to the plate, to really kind of like elevate here in some way, shape, or form, by treating yourself better and focusing on yourself, and that's going to change your outward experience of the world as well. If you're working on anything specifically, like, you know, with your work or projects or creating anything, I feel like you're being really asked to step into this, like step into the creation process, step into like who you need to be, and really put it as a focus in your life here. And if it's relationships, I feel like this is like asking yourself if it feels right for you. If there's anything from or anyone from the past, I feel like this is really, because even Temperance and Judgment can talk about this, you know, things coming back or reconciliation type of energy. I feel like it's, and even the pause and begin again. If there's anyone from the past relationship-wise, I feel like it's almost like really being asked if you can see things from a different perspective, or if both parties are willing to put the effort and the energy in. Like there needs to be both people working towards this and compromising or negotiating or like getting on the same page, but like both actively playing a part. So I feel like if there's not that, then that might be the time to let things go. I did obviously at the end, the bottom of the deck initially, we had the death card. So there's change and transformation here, but it's like you're in the process of it, I feel, this month. And it's not so much about like what you're doing, but the decisions that you're making and whether you stick to those decisions that you're making. And follow your heart and follow what feels right for you, and follow what feels right, even if it doesn't look right on the outside, right? Like if it doesn't have this appearance that it should have everything, or you should get everything that you want, if that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like you're in the midst of this transformation, especially with all these major arcana. There could be a lot like changing or moving around as well. Like, again, I just feel like you're really being called to step up to the plate here. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. I don't know if I called you Libra, but I meant Virgo. We're going to now move on to Libra. So let's see, we have the Veil with future, or the future. We have loyalty, number 15. And we have atonement, number 31. Interesting, it kind of reminds me of like the Ten of Swords there. Let's see, Libra, happy birthday to my Libras. What's going on for Libra in the month of October? Can I get a card for each of these oracles, please? There's the Ten of Swords. That's so crazy. Ace of Pentacles. We have the Star, and we have the Fool. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. Okay, interesting. So I feel like you're moving in a direction of healing here, Libra. There is, I feel like there's something, this is like I've been saying to everyone else, so like mind, body, spirit, and then we're going to kind of collectively go through things. But with the Ten of Swords and the Veil as your mind, I feel like you are putting something to rest here with this Ten of Swords mentally. Like Ten of Swords from a mind perspective can be very like holding on to thoughts for too long, holding on to things for too long, like obsessing a little bit in a way of like it's not serving you, it's just hurting you more by thinking about this. The Veil with the future is making me feel like we can no longer walk through life blindfolded. We have to open up our eyes, open up our mind to the future and what's possible for us. And this is where you're maybe seeing that it's maybe not anyone outside of you, it's like within is what I'm getting with the blindfold. Like it's an internal thing. So any thoughts that you've been thinking that aren't serving you anymore, that you realize have been keeping you stuck in a certain pattern or a certain state, I feel like this month you're going to be realizing that and shifting things. So I feel as though there's just this like mentally like needing to see something different for your future, needing to have a different outlook for your future rather than the one that you've maybe been caught up in. So paying attention to that and where your thoughts have maybe been hurting you or your thoughts have been not serving you in some sort of way here. And again, we see this kind of Ten of Swords energy here in the spiritual side of things with this atonement in number 31. But we see the healing with the Star. Now with your physical body, we have loyalty, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. It says, wow, what an abundant opportunity. So some of you have an opportunity here this month with your physical body to, I feel like change things. I'm getting something here around like armor, or some of you could be like shedding things because like he's kind of coming out of this rock and it's like pieces are kind of flying off of him. So some of you could be like maybe getting into a physical goal, like I don't know, going to the gym or nutrition or something like that, where you're like, it could be like a new program I'm even getting with this Ace of Pentacles, like something you've never tried before. I actually feel too that this is like, you're really going to be committed to this month. This is something that you're really focused on, something that you're really focused on working through and committing yourself to. It's like you kind of get this, like physically, I think you're going to feel like, you know, brand new, if you will, like where you're going to feel that there's changes here. You're going to feel strong and you're going to feel powerful as well. That's why I feel like there's something with like lifting weights or exercising more so than like, I mean, maybe diet as well, but it's giving me kind of like a lot of like exercise. I mean, obviously this guy's pretty fit, but it's like, it's that type of energy. Some of you may have a trainer, or you may you may start working with a trainer here and get more specific as well with like your physical side of things. Overall, I feel like this month you're actually going to be feeling happier. Again, once we get out of this Ten of Swords energy, we're going to be shifting the energy here when it comes to our, when it comes to how we feel. Clarify this Ace of Pentacles with the physical body, or the body in general, for Libra this month of October. We have the Lovers. So yeah, it's like getting things back into alignment, or again, making a choice to step into this. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. Again, I think you're going to feel a lot, like very confident with your body. You're going to feel very good about your body. I see you as, yeah, again, will you or won't you? So it's like the choice is yours, but I see you being loyal to this. I see you making a choice and being committed and loyal to this change, but it's because it's coming from a positive self-empowerment place with this Queen of Wands. Like it's coming from a good place of like you wanting to be your higher, or your best self, or your higher self when it comes to your physical vessel. So really treating your physical vessel properly here is what I see. So this looks really good. Again, we have this Atonement card with the spiritual side of things, with the Star and the Cozy Witch. So I feel like there's healing here. With this healing, then we get this like new beginning. It says accepting the full burden of responsibility, the fair as well the unfair, with no discount. Some of you are realizing like you don't need to suffer any longer. I feel like you've maybe been suffering because you feel like you have to, like there's no other way, you know, you have to like, it's kind of like no pain, no gain. Your soul is realizing like, I don't need to suffer through life. I get to explore new things, and I can start a new chapter, and I can heal. And this would be something that I feel like you've like had yourself, like you learned, you know what I mean? Like you were brought up with it, or it's something that your soul has come here to like learn, is that you don't need to suffer through life. You get to write the reality that you want. And just because some people say you can suffer, you have to suffer, doesn't mean like you will. So on a soul level, I see you healing. And again, there's something about your future. The Star even talks about your future. So there's healing happening here around like your outlook on life. But I also feel like you're taking a leap and a step towards your future. This is like you really thinking about your future and where you want to go. And it's interesting because we do have that new moon eclipse in your sign on the 2nd. So I feel like that's really going to maybe catapult you here and like have you maybe have some sense of realization around your situation or just how things are going in your life. With money, career, I feel like there is possibly a new path that you're monetary wise that you could be opening up, whether it's like a new job or like you're having some sort of choice to step into something. But I do feel like you're having to heal a mindset here with what you maybe think is possible for yourself. And you have to really commit yourself to this new path or really choose and step into this new path. So whether that's a job or a business or a product that you're looking at launching, right? This would be something new. Or some of it could be a raise. But I feel like if it's a raise, it's like you're stepping into a different position with that raise, like you're stepping into like a management or, you know what I mean? And it's got you really thinking about your future, this opportunity. In love, I feel like there's the ability to step into a new healthy relationship after one of that maybe wasn't serving you here with this 10 of Swords, one that could have been challenging or hurtful or painful to go through. Some of you didn't feel like it was possible to step into a new relationship or find the relationship that you truly want. And I feel like you're going to be finding one that has a lot of potential and stability here. It's just up to you whether you're ready or willing to step into that new relationship. So that's pretty much what I see for you, Libra. Hopefully that resonates for you guys. All right. Let's move on to Scorpio. We have winter, the sacredness of pausing. We have guardians here. And we have gilded regret. Number 5 and number 9. What's going on for Scorpio here in the month of October? Happy birthday to the October Scorpios. Interesting. We have the Hanged Man with pausing. We have Guardians with the 5 of Wands, and we have the Sun with gilded regret. And we have the Moon here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I've been reading these mind, body, spirit, and then we'll get into like money and career and love stuff at the end. Okay, so I feel like for you, Scorpio, this month of October with the Hanged Man here and the winter energy with the sacredness of pausing, I feel like there's a lot of reflection going on for you this month when it comes to your mental perspective or your mental activity. You may be trying to get or shift your perspective, like you're trying to almost like gain an understanding or gain some sense of enlightenment or some awareness here just in your life. Some of you are just really focusing on slowing down as well and pausing more often. And I do feel like this is going to give you insights, whether that was your intention or not. Like I see you, I see things like, again, you having this different perspective, gaining like wisdom, but from the pause, like from the shift. So I sense you mentally, again, like taking a lot of time to step back or to almost like to changing the reaction towards things or situations. I feel like there could be something that like comes to light here for you, some clarity that comes to you as well this month. Especially because we have the Sun and the Moon here. Now with your physical body, we have the 5 of Wands here, and then we have the Guardians. Some of you are really working on managing your energy here this month. This is the Five of Wands is like stress, conflict, fighting, overwhelming energy. This could be people like pulling on your energy. So I feel like you're in this place of like protecting your peace, really working on trying to avoid the drama, avoid the conflict. You could be, and I feel like it's from a place of like what it does to you physically, like stress-wise, or how you feel physically in situations, right? Sometimes we get around people and we're like, I just never feel good when I'm around that person, or I always walk away feeling exhausted. So this could be like empathic stuff too, where like you're a person who picks up on a lot of energy from other people. And so you're having to be mindful of who and when and where you're kind of giving your time and your energy here this month, because I feel, and that could be even too a little bit of maybe even why you're pausing, right? Just needing to like take a break from all the chaos, or take a break from all the energies that are kind of being thrown at you. Some of you could be feeling very overwhelmed. I'm getting like a strong aspect of like stress or overwhelm, or feeling just in this overwhelming state. And that's where you're feeling like, I need to take a step back. I need to withdraw here because this isn't serving me. It's causing more disruption than it is anything else. So I see there being, again, you kind of stepping back, maybe avoiding certain situations, whether it's like with friends or family, like people. And I think as well, you're also understanding like, I need to, again, take a step back, take a pause so that I can recharge. Even if that's just, you need to give yourself a break, whether it's people or whether it's you just realizing you've been working too hard, right? Like anything where you are feeling this Five of Wands energy, you're like, okay, I gotta protect myself here with this Guardians. I have to like look out for myself and know when and where to step back. And again, it's because of like what it does to you physically. Some of you, this is as well being mindful of like your energy when it comes to your physical body. So even if you're exercising or you're just really active or busy in your life, like being mindful that you're not like overdoing it in that way. It's okay to have a rest day with working out, for example, right? Like you can, and a rest day doesn't mean you don't move at all, but maybe it's like more gentle. It's like a yoga or walking or, stretching compared to a hardcore workout all the time. In your soul, we have the Gilded Regret, and then we have the Sun. So yeah, there's, I feel like if there's been any kind of like energy that's felt like it's weighing you down, I feel like there's kind of this brightness that's coming through. The Gilded Regret card says, I feel like living in the past. Please give me 5 more minutes to linger. So this is like kind of like letting past thoughts kind of come up and haunt you a little bit. Kind of tapping into like memories. Maybe it's like options or opportunities that we missed. Things that we kind of regret when it comes to like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that thing, or oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Like kind of those types of energies. With the Sun card, I almost feel like these things could be coming up and being illuminated. So this month you might notice that like all of it's coming up for you to like process, like it's coming up to the surface. It's coming up for you to handle, to deal with, to work through. And it's like you might just be feeling like, even just too, some of you might be having all these thoughts and these memories pop up and you're like, where the heck are these coming from, right? But I feel like they're coming up to be healed. They're coming up to be, it's like the shadows being kind of brought up to the surface here. Others of you, I feel as though this energy could be, if it's not being brought up to the surface, it's changing. And it's changing because you're no longer feeling like you have to sit in the past. You get to sit in the future. You get to be more optimistic and less regretful, right? This could be influenced too by this pausing. I feel like this pausing this month is going to be really important for you here, Scorpio, because it's going to give you the insight that you need in order to shift things, in order to change things here. Our mindset is huge, right? And our clarity is huge. So when we never slow down and we never pause, it prevents us from seeing the reality or seeing the truth, because we just, it's just hard to see that when we're overwhelmed or there's this illusion or there's like this lack of clarity. Some of you though, I'm getting like your shadows are kind of coming up to the surface a little bit here. Things that you, I don't want to say aren't proud of, but things that you maybe are just would prefer to not kind of address. I feel like those things could start coming up here for you. And so again, I feel like it's important for you to take rests or pause when it comes to, just like whenever you kind of need it. Now, in career, relationship stuff, so in career, again, this reflection again is huge. I feel like this is a reflection on like how busy you are, or like maybe trying to figure out how can I manage my energy better? How can I put, delegate tasks? How can I make myself happier in business? Because it's like you might not be feeling, or in your career, you might not be feeling fully happy, and it's because of this 5 of Wands energy is pulling on you. It's like creating chaos and drama, and it's a small thing, but I feel like it has a big impact. And so when you can shift it and you can find a way, I feel like this Hanged Man is almost like the strategy element of like figuring out a different way to do something so that it doesn't impose on you. Right? Like how can I do this a different way so that I benefit more from it? I feel like it could be pulling on you emotionally as well, right? Just like emotionally draining you or that sort of thing. There's just this like struggle of like this like energy where you're like, I don't want to go do that, or I don't want to do this, or I'm just so tired, or I'm just, right? Like there's that type of energy with it. So I feel like this Hanged Man is you finding a way to shift that so that you can enjoy things again. You can enjoy your work, your career. You can make more money without working so hard, right? Like kind of letting your job, your business career, like support you instead of it like running your life. In relationships, I feel like there could be some, if there's any sort of drama or conflict in your relationships this month, I feel like it's needing to maybe take a step back with the Hanged Man, like maybe take a pause from each other, or again, take a step back here in order to get clarity, but also kind of, again, I feel like someone or something is pulling on your energy here. It's interesting, the sun and the moon are definitely this masculine and feminine energy here. So there could be definitely a person or a soulmate that you're connected to, but I feel like there's a bit of struggle here, and it's needing to just like surrender a little bit. Some of you could be regretting like how you've handled things or how things have worked, but some of you are really needing to protect your peace as well. So some of you could be taking a break or a pause from this relationship or this person, or spending less time around them, and I feel like it's in order to gain like insight and clarity, and just like, some of you are just like thinking really hard about this too, like thinking a lot about like, okay, is this what I want? Is this what I don't want? Again, how do I protect my peace while also being in this relationship? Is that even possible, right? All these little things I feel like you're questioning here. And you might have regret with like how you handled things, or how you showed up, or how things have gone in the past. But it's also realizing that it's not just you in this situation. Like there's another person that aids to this situation as well. It's not just all on you. So there could be some fears popping up as well this month for you. Again, I feel like that's just this shadow aspect that's coming up to the surface. Some of you, if there's fights or arguments, it's like it could be because there's this protective or this need to feel like someone has to protect themselves. So there's like this defensive energy because someone feels like that's, you know, they're in like almost like a survival mode type of thing where they feel like they have to like stand up for themselves and protect themselves in some sort of way. So again, I feel like if there's fighting and there's just drama, it's like there needs to be this pause and this like step away from each other so that you both can process the situation. So that's what I got for you, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius. We have forgiveness with reducing burden. We have grief with Banshee, number 33. And we have calling the storm, number 30. So lots of threes here. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know for October? All right, we have the King of Cups, we have the King of Wands, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm kind of reading this like mind, body, soul, and then we're going to get into like money and relationships stuff at the end. I feel like mentally, you guys are in this space here, Sagittarius. We have forgiveness with reducing burden. We have this King of Cups. I feel like a lot of you are being kinder to yourself, forgiving yourself from things, experiences, you know, situations, like just trying to have a better outlook, being more compassionate towards yourself, being more, just more compassionate. Some of you are also allowing your emotions to flow a little bit more. Some of you could be also being compassionate and forgiving to yourself for holding in your emotions and not allowing yourself to process them. And some of you are going to be letting these emotions out as well this month. But it's to reduce the burden. It's to free up your energy. But I feel like mentally you are working to free up your energy here as well. Like really working to forgive and release yourself from the things that you've held in or tried to control, or just like what you've held in towards you. Now with this grief energy, with Banshee, and this King of Wands, whether your physical body, I feel as though some of you are getting like your energy back with this King of Wands, and again, even like the Knight of Wands. We're getting this like sparkle back, possibly after a time of grief. I feel like this has been really weighing on you, but it's been affecting your energy or and this could be grief with anything. It could be people, places, money, career, right? Whatever you feel like you've been lost or you've been losing or hasn't been working, that you've been trying to, process. I feel like this month you're finally getting your energy back when it comes to that. Anyone with this King of Wands for Sagittarius. And this like King of Wands would be your energy, obviously. So it's like you're starting to feel like yourself again. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Some of you have had help, or a community or a group of people, Three of Pentacles, that are helping you do this, or have helped you do this. But I also feel like there's been, again, a lot of emotional processing. Three of Pentacles is also like a skills, community, teamwork. Again, some of you could be grieving like a job or something work related, but it's like you're back on top. You're feeling good again. Again, some of you are getting your power. Some of you are going back to work after maybe a time of being off or away from work or just out of work. Again, I'm just getting like you're getting your energy back. Some of you are going to get back to like building your body, moving your body, treating your body right as well. Like getting back into your routine is what I'm getting. Especially if this like took you out of your routine. Again, I just feel like, again, you're forgiving yourself for all the ways you maybe haven't shown up for yourself the way that you want to. But I feel like you're definitely rebuilding or building again from like what you feel like you've lost. Some of you have also felt like physically you've like lost a part of yourself, or you don't feel connected to your body anymore, or you don't feel like when you look in the mirror, you don't see you anymore. And I'm getting almost like from a physical perspective, but this also again could be like energy or emotions. And I see you working on yourself with this Three of Pentacles. Like I see you rebuilding yourself and building yourself back up. Again, I think this is where like the energy is coming in. But again, some of you, this is like, again, changing up your routine, changing up your diet, changing up your movement practices, getting back into some level of routine that maybe you got away from, or, you know what I mean? Like giving back to yourself, but taking action with this King of Wands, like taking assertiveness, being in control, or again, there's a lot of like masculine energy here, obviously with these two kings. And so it's like, I see you really like stepping up and showing up for yourself this month. And being like, this needs to change, or I need to be more kind to myself, more compassionate to myself. Now with this calling the storm and this Ace of Pentacles, the calling the storm is giving me this energy of like almost like judgment. Yeah, so like I'm just reading the card. There is a time to find and release our power. So it's like, this is like empowerment, believing in yourself. Power comes not from the inside, but from connection and integration to a greater whole. This is like being connected to the spiritual team, your source. I'm getting for some of you, this is like your path, your purpose, like what you're here to do. I see this as you like finally stepping into this. Like it's the foundation. We have the pelvis here, which would indicate again like foundation, the core, the root chakra. I feel like some of you are starting something this month as well. Some of you definitely could be starting something business-wise or career-wise, obviously. Making more money, or making money, or finding a new way of making money. Yeah, we do have the Nine of Swords, so there's like this fear and worry, maybe not sure with the Two of Swords, like how things are going to work out, but Two of Swords is also an energy of like needing to trust the intuitive aspect of our process, right? Needing to catch the intuitive aspect of our process, and needing to just trust that we're being called to this. So that means that it's going to work out for us here as well. There's fears, there's worries, but I see things like working out for you because you're in this sense of your power, and you're forgiving yourself for, again, maybe how you've dealt with things or how things have gone emotionally. Relationships, I feel like you might have the opportunity to meet a new person or to connect with someone specifically here. Some of you could be starting also too, if you're already in a relationship, you could be like starting a new chapter with a person in your life, like moving things to the next level. But it's like you're both on the same page, but it's just, I think it's just the change of things where, you know, people question or worried, but it's like you're being called to this next phase of the relationship. And if you're not sure if you're on the same page, I feel like there's a need to communicate or to even pay attention to the actions of the other person. Like if you're doubting whether they're ready, pay attention to their actions or how they show up for you. They might not be saying it in their words, but they might be expressing it in different ways, more physically, more emotionally, more, you know, again, in their actions. But career, I do see you, some of you could be definitely like entrepreneurial with this King of Wands energy. But you're being kinder to yourself this month, Sag. I feel like this also too, like this Nine of Swords, and then we have this reducing burden and this King of Cups with this forgiveness. It's like you're needing to also reduce the burden, their overwhelm mentally for you to really step into things and to move to this next level. So I see you overcoming things that you've been struggling with. And you have the potential and the opportunity to really step into who you want to be, what you feel like you're meant to be, what you feel like you're meant to do, or what you want to do, no matter what it is, right? And I feel like it's like you getting on page with you and you getting on the same page with other people in your life, right? Like all that kind of stuff. So I see this being really good for you. I think it's like the only thing is like fear could kind of like hold you back a little bit. So just don't give in to the fear, right? Release that stuff mentally. If it's just, I mean, obviously it's not serving you, right? Fear is just trying to keep us safe, but you know, sometimes we overdo it. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. We have the Black Cat, which says fortune meets opportunity. We have discipline, very Capricorn Saturn energy with 30. And we have I won't cry for you, number 22. What's going on for Capricorn in the month of October? What does Capricorn need to know? So Judgment, we have the Devil card here. Interesting too, because I said that was a very Saturn energy and this would be your energy. What's going on for Capricorn here in October? We have the Four of Swords and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. Okay. So I'm kind of reading this like mind, body, soul, and then we'll get into like love and career messages. So in your mind here, Capricorn, this month, we have the Black Cat with fortune meets opportunity, and we have Judgment, which says all the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Interesting. She's got a little kitty over here too. Okay. I feel like you're seeing an opportunity here. I feel like kind of with the Judgment, it's like you're being called to really go for something here. You could be at what feels like a bit of a crossroads where you are, I don't want to say analyzing because I don't really see that energy, but you're thinking, obviously, because this is like your mind, you're thinking of an opportunity, you're thinking of what you want to step into here with the Judgment card. What feels in alignment for you? What feels good to you that you want to move towards? And so I feel like you're on the right path here mentally. Like, I feel like you are seeing something that could be very good for you. It could be very fortunate for you. It could really turn out for you in a really positive way. I feel like the Judgment is saying, like, you just have to do it. You just got to go for it. So mentally, I feel like you are definitely in a good space here. Now with the Discipline here, and then we have this Toxic Witches, which is the Devil card, and it says, be cautious of those who take more than they give. Couple messages here, because it's interesting. We've got people on this card, like a bunch of people on this card, and then we have a bunch of people on this card. Some of you are needing to put up boundaries with people because it's draining you. This could be friends. It could be almost like people who feel like family or who are family. So just being mindful of like how you feel when you're around people. There was another sign. I don't know if this was Scorpio maybe or Libra. But yeah, just be mindful of that. The other thing I'm getting here too with the Discipline and the Devil card is that some of you are working to overcome bad habits. That might also be why you're having to, you know, remove yourself from certain people and situations, is because if those habits, like let's say, I don't know, let's say you're trying to like drink less, right? It's like, okay, well, I can't go out with this group of people as often because that's all they do, right? So it's like you might be having to put in a boundary because these people or like you're trying to eat better and you're like, well, I guess I can't, you know, I'm not going to hang out with these people, or I have to make different choices. Like you're having to be very disciplined about whatever your choices or your goals kind of are here. You're having to be disciplined here with, again, if you're trying to overcome habits or you're trying to overcome like toxic things that you do that you don't want to do anymore, you're having to be disciplined here and almost like hard on yourself. Like, but I feel like don't be too hard on yourself. But there's like this structure and this like rigidity and this, like, he's got this armor and everything on, right? Like he looks very serious and she looks really unhappy, right? And so it's like, if you're unhappy with the way things are going in your life, you might need to make some changes. Or if you're unhappy with your physical health, you might need to make some changes, right? So I feel as though you are setting up some boundaries here for yourself and needing to commit yourself to them and devote yourself to the path, the process. Okay, getting into the kind of like the soul energy here with I Won't Cry for You. And we have Four of Swords, why aren't you resting? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely you're going places. So this I Won't Cry for You says, sometimes when it's over, closure must be created, not just found. I feel like this is about something being challenging, like letting go of maybe a part of yourself or something that you thought was part of you, like you're almost like grieving something. But I see you healing from this with the Four of Swords. Slowly. Healing slowly, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. Healing slowly coming back to yourself and who you are, feeling at peace with yourself. There might have been some tears. This is giving me like Three of Swords energy. So it's like there might have been some tears, some challenges here in your soul, the way you've been feeling and like the direction you're going in your life and how connected you feel. Like you might have really felt let down, or again, just maybe where you feel like you haven't been living in alignment and things haven't been working for you. I really feel like you've got an opportunity here this month, Capricorn, to really change things for yourself, to really shift the dynamic, what you're focused on, how you're going about it, you know, how you're showing up for yourself in your day, and healing the wounds of the past, healing the wounds of the things that are that have previously hurt you or challenged you, and really shifting to that and starting to feel with this Four of Swords like more connected to you and the source and your higher self. Slowly and surely, it's like you're coming back to yourself. And I mean, Pluto's been in our sign, and I say our sign because I'm a Capricorn rising, but Pluto's been in our sign. It's in our sign until sometime in November, where it officially, finally, it's now moving direct at least, but it's because I think it comes out of retrograde on like, I don't know, the 2nd or 3rd or something of October. And then in November, it officially finally moves into Aquarius once and for all. It'll be done with our sign. So it's like there's been trials and tribulations and things that you've been going through. And it's like, this is like the last little push, this last little shift for you to make here. And you have a really big opportunity to do so. And one that I feel like can make you really happy here with the sun. It'll really turn things around for you. So again, I feel like you're moving in the right direction. I feel like you're doing the right things. And in career, again, I feel like there's an opportunity where you could make some more money or change your financial situation or improve it, or, you know, whatever it kind of shows up for you as. But again, you will have to remove something that might be challenging to remove. And you'll slowly kind of, like, some of you could be leaving a job or leaving a department or leaving a certain business behind and really focusing on this other place. In relationships, I feel like there might be someone who you're having to cut yourself off from. If you are wanting to heal, like there could be just like a toxic relationship or a toxic situation that's not making you feel good that you're having to remove here. And that's this opportunity where you're going to be opening the doors for better people or new people. And you know what you need to do, I feel like, relationship wise in a situation. You know how it's making you feel. You know, like, I feel like if you're in a relationship, this is someone who, like, it takes a lot from you. It drains you, the situation. It could also be that this person is very demanding of you, but doesn't really give back to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting from the situation what you want. You're always at the mercy of this other person. So I feel like you could be letting a person or a situation go, possibly in the love department, that's going to allow you to heal and move forward and like move towards a relationship that has the potential to make you really happy with this Sun card. So that's what I got for you, Capricorn. All right, let's move on to Pisces. We have Mummy with Change. We also have Injustice here with 43 and Medusa. And we also have Alone in the World at number 6. Okay, let's see what's going on for, or sorry, this is Aquarius. Did I say Pisces? I meant Aquarius. I think I did that to you last year, oh my gosh, last month. This is Aquarius. We have the Two of Swords, or the Two of Bats. We have the Eight of Wands. And the Four of Swords. We also have the Four of Cups with the Four of Ghosts here. All right, Aquarius. Okay, so some of you, I'm reading this like mind, body, spirit, and we'll get some like money, career, and love messages at the end too. So we have Mummy with Change and this Two of Swords. So some of you are really thinking about a change that you want to make. It's interesting that we have the Mummy here and then she literally has like a blindfold on. So it's like she's wrapped up here too. Some of you have maybe felt a little bit stuck, like wanting a change, but not feeling like the change is possible. And I feel like that has to do with like your outlook on the situation. Some of you have also been blocked by your more analytical, more mental side of things, and are needing to like allow your intuition to guide you, right? Allow your intuitive senses, like, because I feel like your intuition is speaking to you with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is needing to like cut out the things that are blocking you from your intuition, right? Needing to kind of quiet things so that you can listen. And so I feel like there's a change that you are feeling stuck on this month, Aquarius, where you're like, you could be questioning or doubting it, or again, you just feel stuck. The Injustice card here with the Eight of Wands in your physical, in your body here. I feel like you could be like trying to like right a wrong. Obviously there's been some sort of injustice, and I'm pretty sure the Medusa energy is all about like, I forget her story kind of, like I kind of remember it, but I also don't want to say it out loud because I might be wrong. But I'm pretty sure she basically like takes action and like rights the wrong, you know, for herself or for the situation. Like, you know, she wasn't playing, you know. But I do feel like you could be taking action in a way that really propels you forward. So the Medusa says, you might fight against injustice. To say nothing in the face of inequality or injustice only increases the imbalance. You have the right to defend yourself. Truth isn't always easy or evident. Look deeper. Sometimes the mirror lies. A half-truth is still a lie. So I feel as though you are taking action in a way that, how do I want to say this? You're course correcting. So the interesting too, the Eight of Wands can be this like arrows of love. So with your body, it's like there's something out of balance, and I feel like you're putting your focus and your intention back into things. There could be quick changes because of this. Some of you as well, I'm getting like you could be moving your body more or faster, or like maybe you just feel like you've been really sedentary and it's like you're starting to really, I'm getting like running specifically. I don't know why. It could just be like metaphorically in the sense of like you moving your body, but it could also, like, some of you could be getting into running. But again, there's been some sort of injustice or imbalance in your physical body, and I feel like this Eight of Wands is a positive energy. So it's like you're course correcting the injustice, you're changing, you're taking action. You could also receive communication around some sort of imbalance in the body this month as well. But I feel like there's progress here with this Eight of Wands here. So I've got this Eight of Wands in the body for Aquarius in the month of October. Yeah, High Priestess. I feel like this is something you intuitively know. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you, it's just like intuitively you're getting messages and insight that something's out of balance and you need to do something about it. So you might be like, this doesn't feel right, or this has changed in my body, or this, you know, there's some sort of message here from your higher self saying like, hey, you should start doing this. And then that really just leads to you like committing to yourself, taking care of yourself, feeling more abundant, feeling more, I don't want to say put together, but you're just feeling like you're giving to yourself more. And it's again, course correcting this injustice. It's rebalancing things. This also could be something that you are keeping to yourself and you're not necessarily sharing with other people. People could be asking what you're doing or what changes or why you're making changes in some area of your health. And I feel like you could be kind of either keeping this to yourself, or again, you're just really focused on like you. But I'm also getting, for a lot of you, it's like this feeling of imbalance comes from not necessarily like a test or a result, although for some of you it could be. But I feel like it more comes from you saying like, something doesn't feel right. Now we also have alone in the world, and we have the Four of Swords in your spirit here. I feel like this is like you taking more time for yourself. Interesting how like he's tucked in bed and she's got the sheets off and sitting up. Some of you could be realizing you've been spending too much time alone here. Clarify this Four of Swords. Yeah, we got the Lovers. Some of you like are ready to, you know, get back out there, realign. I feel like you're almost like you've taken the break and the rest that you've needed, and it's now you're ready to step out back into the world. Like you're ready to get out there. You might also realize like where you've maybe isolated yourself from other people and you're wanting to connect again. Some of you though are really getting in alignment with like who you are as a person or at your core. By being alone, it's giving you time to process things, to heal, to get back to alignment, to get back to who you are, right? And we even have the Star card and the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and even the Hermit card. So you've had this like time to reflect, this time to dedicate to yourself. You've had this time to heal. And again, for some of you, it's like you're ready to get kind of like back out there. But for others of you, you're more in alignment with like who you are and what you want to be. In your career, actually, I want to start with relationships. In your relationships, I feel as though there could be someone who you're maybe going to be meeting. Some of you don't know who this person is, or like while you're listening to this, you haven't met this person. I feel like you very much know what you want. You're ready for this, whether you believe that or not, but you could be kind of in your head about it because it creates this change and you're like, oh my gosh, am I ready for the change? But this is going to bring harmony into like your relationship sector where there's maybe been imbalance before. I feel like, again, you've kind of gone through this isolation period or this period of time where you've like separated yourself from people or taken a step back and just focused on you and yourself. And it's like now you're ready to like get back out there. You're ready to connect and find a relationship. I do feel like with this Eight of Wands, there's going to be communication with people. I feel like though you're needing to use your intuition, your discernment of like whether these are the right people for you, what their intentions are, those sorts of things. Now in your career, I feel like you're starting to get like more and more in alignment with like where or what you're doing. There could be definitely some change that's happening in your career where, again, you're trying to like right a wrong or shift things or correct things here. But it's like, there's a little bit of hesitation. You're definitely needing to trust your intuition of like how to move forward or how to shift things and really calm your mind and not get so caught up in things. You might need to kind of like, again, isolate or, you know, have a lot of alone time here to process your intuition or your thoughts or, you know, how things are showing up. But I see you coming out of, again, like coming out of the shadows, like opening yourself up to a change or making a change here, but coming out of this like quiet or hibernation energy here. So there's not like crazy action, but I feel like you're starting to like want to come out and be seen or want to share your gifts or, you know, share your insights or whatever it is that however it is that you would show up in your career, your money. This could be speaking up for yourself, you know, speaking about where things maybe haven't been in alignment and what you want, even if it's at like a review or something, or you want a new position, or you know what I mean, like making some sort of change here in your career. But it comes with like from you, it comes from a place of like you being more in alignment with who you are and what you want, and so you can act or speak more clearly on that thing because you are clear. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what I got for you, Aquarius. Sorry again for calling you Pisces. All right, last but not least, we're actually doing Pisces now. We have the Cauldron with synergy and healing. We have fear, number 12. And we have colorless angel, number 10. Interesting. I see some of you getting like your energy back, your life force energy back, like things no longer sucking on your energy, or you're not coming from this place of defeat or again, fear, right? What else for Pisces here in October? Like I see you really healing things. We have the Four of Cups, and then we have the High Priestess here. Yeah, you're definitely getting your power back. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. There is that energy that I feel like has been pulling on you here. So I've been reading this like mind, body, spirit, and then we'll get into like love and career and stuff at the end. So Cauldron with synergy and healing, and then we have the Three of Swords. So obviously mentally, I see you healing from some sort of hurt or some sort of painful situation that you've gone through that is still kind of like ruminating in your mind. I feel like this month you are doing things. The Cauldron's giving me this like it's giving me like, you know, how you put in like certain like, you know, with a spell, it's like there's a certain way to do things. So it's like you're following either a process mentally, or you've been doing something routinely or ritualistically to help yourself heal from something mentally. This could be like daily meditation, or like, I don't know, a coloring book, or just something routinely, like exercising, like something like that to like help clear your mind. And I feel like that is working for you, and that's really serving you here. Because again, it's like you've been kind of stuck or trapped or not feeling 100% here. Some of you with your physical body, with the Fear card and the Four of Cups, have been feeling kind of fearful around a certain situation. Like some of you have maybe been worried something's like really wrong. I feel like for some of you, it's like you're not seeing what Spirit's trying to show you. He also looks very tired and lethargic here. Like he looks like he's sleeping. So some of you have maybe been really tired, really lethargic, or just even like emotionally kind of like not in a good space or drained. Why the Four of Cups here in the body for Pisces? I feel like this is like something you need to pay attention to. You might have some sort of like sensation here around a situation that you need to pay attention to. We have the Lovers, the Nine of Wands, and we have Justice card, or the Justice card. Yeah, it's almost like there's some level of worry. I feel like though the universe is saying you have an opportunity to fix it. You have an opportunity to shift it, to change it, to make it right. With this Justice card and the Lovers, like to realign yourself. So don't let fear like keep you from changing, or keep you from, you know, pursuing, or like don't let it force you to like give up, is what I'm getting here. Because I feel like you've been through a lot, maybe physically, or there's been a lot maybe weighing on you physically. I just feel like you're kind of upset or discontent with the way that your body feels, and then it brings up these fearful thoughts, or it brings up these worries of like, oh my gosh, like is this wrong with me, or this or this. Like, I just feel like, and some of you, the fear is what's actually driving this lack of feeling good in your body. So like it's like causing stress on the body, and you're pushing through with the 9 of Wands, but I feel as though you're kind of drained, like you're not feeling good necessarily. But again, the Lovers and the Justice is saying like you get the opportunity, you can turn this around, you can change this, you can shift this. You don't just have to like sit in this energy just because, you know? But we have to find a way to like let go of the fear. And I feel like the fear could be blocking you from really seeing what's around you, or the opportunities around you, or the possibilities. It's like you're missing opportunities because you're so caught up on the fear. Now with the colorless angel and the high priestess here in your spirit, I feel like this is getting your faith back, you getting your spiritual connection back. Some of you have felt very, again, depleted, or just not, just like your life is colorless, right? Like, what's the high priestess here with that colorless angel for Pisces? Queen of Cups. Yeah. I feel like this is like your connection. And we have the Devil again at the bottom of the deck. So this is like detaching. There's a big energy here of you being mindful of what's pulling on your energy or draining you. I do feel like you're healing, but it's like really needing to let go of the fears that are popping up, and the habits and the patterns that you find yourself in. Like, you know, it's like, you know, when we're fearful or we're stressed out or we're whatever, what choices do we make for ourselves, and are they serving us, right? Like maybe we're, I don't know, eating shitty foods, or we go and have a drink, or we go out and party, or, you know, we sit and don't move our body, or like, you know, whatever the thing is that we do. You have a choice to change it, but what are the choices that you're making, and are they serving you? And with this high priestess, Queen of Cups, is this like you getting your life back, you getting literally like your color back by self-care and connecting to yourself and your higher self, but also connecting to something bigger and deeper to yourself. Some of you have like, again, like lost your faith, or felt like you lost this connection to source, to spirit, but I see you regaining that. Where you maybe felt like you lost it, or you were blocked, or you were disconnected, and negative things were kind of weighing on you. Like you could have been in this very negative space. I see you starting to come out of that. Now in your money, in your career, I feel like this is like what's holding you back. What's holding you back from really going after? I don't see you giving up with the 9 of Wands, but I do feel like fear could be getting in your way. What's holding you back? What maybe has happened in the past that is creating fear for you to step into your future? And where can we trust our intuition more? And where can we trust our guidance, our internal guidance, and get our color back, our life back, and our hope, our optimism, our faith in not only ourselves, but also the future? So this is like, I feel like it's testing you a little bit of like, what's your faith? What's your faith? Or does that make sense? What's your belief? And can we overcome the fears? Can we overcome the illusions? Can we make better choices, or more aligned choices that get us to where we're trying to go, rather than letting fear run the show? Relationships. I honestly feel like there's a person around you, or there's a situation around you, 4 of Cups, that you can make a choice on. I think you've been hurt in the past, And so there could be fear that this person is like the past, or you're going to end up in the same situation. So that's where you've maybe been like isolating yourself. There's definitely a little bit of a blockage from a past situation or a different situation. And if this is a past person still in your energy, it's like you're not necessarily trusting. And I feel like you could be kind of like isolating yourself or you know, doing things to take your own power back or to gain your own power back, and like really kind of focusing on yourself and focusing on filling up your own cup rather than focusing on this person. So you could be kind of like ignoring this person, I'm getting, or just choosing to not speak with them, especially if they've hurt you. Because it's like you're trying to heal. So it's like going back into that isn't necessarily serving you. And others of you, if there's like a newer person or you're trying to meet new people, even if there's not a person specifically, there is maybe a little bit of fear that this person's going to be like the past, or this person's going to be a repeat of a pattern or something to that effect. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that resonates. If not, again, you guys can always check out your sun, your moon, your rising sign. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and being here. This was a longer one. But I'm glad that I was able to get this out for you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful month of October. I will be back with some pick-a cards and some individual or sort of like collective readings as well, I'm sure. So yeah, let me know too if there's any recommendations or things that you would like me to read on down below. But otherwise, like I said, I hope you have a wonderful October, and I hope you have a wonderful month and day and week wherever you're at here, and I will see you guys in the next one.